The people love Jace, huh?
They
be agreeing with everything that nigga
be
saying.
You know who it be though, bro? It be like them.
I know who it is. I could already tell. I skimmed the comments. I was like, oh,
You
okay,
already know what it is, bro.
That's who it be. No, I thought it was funny because the one person that was like, Jace is the only non-emotional one. I'm like, you do not know him. Like,
yeah. Yeah.
In real life, he got the most emotions in real fucking life. Like, y'all do not know this man, but carry on. Peace, peace, peace. Welcome to the Scrap and Roll MMA podcast. We are back. Sky in the building, Damien in the building, CJ in the building. We are back. Your boy Jace is somewhere in Detroit going to a concert. Who knows? You know.
Turned up.
Facts. And before we got on here, we were talking about how y'all was going crazy on the last pod. If y'all haven't already, go check out the last pod where we talk. We wasn't even going that crazy about Dricus and Izzy. Like, we really wasn't going that crazy, but the white South Africans, they showed up in them comments. They was going crazy in them comments. But you know, I think maybe last week, there were some videos I didn't even realize that Izzy had reposted that video on Twitter, on his threads, on pretty much all his social media. So like that was going crazy. And you know, people still over here trying to make up for Dricus, talking about he said real African champ. That's different from real African.
Come on, man.
Where do we draw the line here?
Sir, you like I'm in the comments. Reach it on your tippy toes, still 10 feet away. Like, I'm like, come on, y'all. Not me pulling out Webster Dictionary on their asses, though. Like, if we're gonna talk about definitions and like just true actual facts, like, here is what it means. Like, this guy was like, oh, African means someone who lives there. Nah, Webster's Dictionary. Let's read. Get down. Yeah, you know, so it's very simple. And I posted a video about Thimba, who came out and was like, yo, I used to talk crap about Usman too. And then I realized that I was wrong. Like, he was born in Africa. That's our African brother. Like, and I apologize. I'm not proud that I said that. Boom. Like, that's it. That's all that's all Dricus got to do. Like, but now he about to get these hands put on him. So.
And if you guys haven't seen it, please go watch that short that Sky posted. Bro explains it. He dropped the mic on it, you know, and if you don't have to like it, you don't have to love it, but just listen to what the brother is saying, you know.
Yeah.
He enlightens a lot of stuff.
Yeah. And he's a real African. I mean, I see y'all he's a real African. He's born and was raised and was training in South Africa. Actually, he was born in Zimbabwe, but was training in South Africa, 30 minutes away from Dricus, all the way up until maybe like 3 months ago when he moved to Florida to, you know, further his career and stuff like that. So, you know, listen to a real African, if you will.
A real African by your guys' means.
By you guys' standards. But I'm sure y'all gonna, you know, argue with that. But so that was last week's, you know, shenanigans, everything going down with that. I think towards the end, it's unfortunate Jace isn't here because towards the end we started talking about Tyson Fury versus Francis Ngannou. And like what the legacy and stuff look like. So now all the rules and stuff is out. Like we know that it's going to be a full-on boxing match. They're going to be...
No exhibition.
Yeah, like no exhibition. It's going to go on their records. He just can't win the title because he's not a professional boxer, quote unquote. He hasn't had a pro fight. So now that we know all the information, like, are y'all hyped to watch this fight?
I'm definitely watching it. But we all know what's going to happen. Francis is going to rest in peace, but at the same time, like, you know, it's a fight. Shit can happen. I just don't see it happening. Not in a million ways. I'm trying to play it in my mind, but I don't see it happening. He ain't no way he about to knock out Tyson.
How many rounds are they going?
I think it's like 10. 12?
They're doing 10?
Is it 12?
No, you might be right.
I know. I actually don't know. I was just guessing 10, but it could be... I think it might be 10.
I think it might be 10 too.
Yeah.
Am I excited? I'm not really excited about it. Am I gonna sit and watch it? Yeah, it's a skeptical spectacle. How you say that shit? It's one of those things. You know, I'm gonna tune in and see what happens. Yeah, that shit. I'm gonna tune in and see what happens, and maybe Francis can hit him with a haymaker and knock him out. But I'm not excited to watch that fight. I really don't care. And I'm glad he's getting his paper. Get your money, man. I
Hell
will never
yeah.
hate on a brother getting their paper at all. But
Fact.
because it's just like at the end of the day, I want to. That's why I like watching MMA because the whole card is driven by decent fights. Boxing
Mhm.
has that one fight that people want to watch, and maybe because
Mhm.
I'm a boxing casual now. Back in the day I was a fan, but now I'm a boxing casual. I don't know all the names. Everybody tunes in for the big names, and the rest of the card is a little bit lackluster. So hopefully they pack the card up a little bit so it's more interesting. Oh, and they're gonna be in Saudi Arabia too. Oof,
Yeah.
that money
Yeah,
about to be crazy.
it is, and
That
it
money
is 12
crazy.
rounds. I looked it up.
It's
It's
12
12.
rounds? Oh
Yep.
Lord.
That definitely makes me lean towards your boy Tyson Fury.
Yeah,
Like
me too.
he's used to going them rounds like that.
Mhm.
Francis doesn't typically go that far into the rounds. And I think like for me, okay, let me ask y'all this: if you could not find allegedly, if you could not find a stream to watch this, would you dig into your pockets and pay $80?
No.
Nah, because you can watch it later.
Yeah, I'll watch it the next day. I'll
Yeah,
definitely watch it the
definitely.
next day.
Man. Okay, so
Yeah.
what's the determining factor to where like if you can't allegedly find a stream to watch these fights, what what would a card have to look like, whether it's boxing, MMA, whatever it is, but particularly MMA since that's what we mostly are talking about. Like what would it have to look like for you to be like who would have to be headlining that main card for you to be like, "Oh, I gotta pay to watch this."
So like 290, I had to see that no matter what was
Mhm.
going on. 291, I have to watch that no matter what's going on. If like Charles Oliveira's fighting, I have to watch those fights. If Izzy's fighting, I have to watch that fight. If Valentina's fighting, well, this is just me personally. I have to watch that fight. So I'll pay the money to watch those fights.
For me, it's not even about the headlines. It's about how good the card is
The
looking
card, yeah,
overall. If I see about 4 or 5 names that I recognize that I'll watch every fight, just because they happen to be on certain cards that I watch, I'll tune in and I'll pitch out the money to watch it. Especially if the headliner is like a championship type fight or a good fight like the BMF belt type fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
yeah, because that's gonna be a bang.
So
I usually judge cards not by the headlining card, but by the co-main. If the co-main is fire, that means the rest of the card is pretty much gonna be stacked up. And it's not like stacked up from top to bottom, but there's like Damien said, there's gonna be names on there and be like, oh, this guy, like Bobby Green, he's not like
mm,
the top of the list, but you be like, bro, every time he fights,
yeah,
it's a banger,
you
you know?
you see him too. Yeah, he be putting on shows. So
hmm
uh, that's how you make a household name. Now
hmm
look at him. He's Mr. Showtime right now.
Definitely. Yeah.
Facts. Facts. Yeah. I mean, it but boxing it's really hard for me to ever even consider thinking about wanting to pay pay-per-view for it because like you said, 9 times out of 10, I don't know. I'm a casual boxing fan anyways. I'm only watching Gervonta Davis if I'm being honest. Like
Yeah.
and I watched all of the Tyson Fury versus uh
Wilder.
Deontay Wilder. You know what I
hmm
mean? But aside from that, like I could care less. I just like Javante because the boy got them he got them bombs in his hand. Like he got them bombs in his hand. But
I did watch McGregor though.
oh yeah,
I
yeah,
think the
of course.
world tuned in for that fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they wanted to see the upset, and they also wanted to see him get beat up. Also, so
Yep. It was a win-win for people.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Facts. Oh, speaking of 291, if y'all haven't heard already, your boy Paulo Costa is out of 291. I think
Yeah,
I said like a couple weeks back that man was not showing up for that fight. Like,
Man, I'm disappointed in that. I was looking forward to seeing him get beat up and,
mm.
and go to PFL.
hey.
It's and that sucks is like when we end up going to fights because Damien's going to that card.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And then people start dropping off. You're like, damn, that's
Yeah.
how I was 2 weeks ago with JDM. I was like, damn, I want to see JDM, and he's out the car. You're like, fuck, bro. And it's like it's a name guy. It's not like the first guy on the
Yeah.
fight card. It's like a name guy you want to see fight. That
Yeah.
sucks. Paulo
It
Yeah.
be
happens like
bullshitting though, man.
a couple weeks before too. Yeah, and then
Exactly.
I heard that he did it on purpose because he was offered Kamzat. So he
Mm.
said, "Oh, it was smarter for me to drop this fight and fight Kamzat." I'm like, bruh, come on. You got an obligation, bro. You signed the contract and shit. Like, it is what it is. Nigga, fight him afterwards. Don't take any damage. But we
Yeah.
all know that ain't gonna happen.
That ain't gonna happen. You know, at the end of the day, this dude Paulo, he just don't care. Like I don't know how he got back in y'all good graces on after he did that whole shit with Marvin and missing weight. Maybe it's just because y'all don't like Marvin, but like I've been looking at him sideways because that was just weird. And plus, like I
Yeah.
said, like he hasn't come out and said that he signed his new deal with the UFC, right? So
Exactly.
Yeah.
who knows? Like if I was man, just let that man go. Let him go be great somewhere else. Like it's okay.
Yeah,
Like
because like you said, he don't fucking care. Like the
no.
last time at the weigh-ins, like, come on, bro. That was just like you a professional, and this is what you doing. You
Yeah.
trying to do catch weight fights now?
Yeah.
You ain't that guy to say, oh, it's gonna be a catch weight.
Right.
You
And
don't
then
got that pull.
on top of that, I knew the man was not gonna show back up to Utah again. Like if he wasn't already
Oh
there,
yeah,
him versus Luke Rockhold, I don't know how y'all looked at that fight and thought that it was so amazing. That fight looked like me in a fucking fight, dude.
And it's
Them
like
boys,
two
he had
homeless
his
men
hands on
fighting.
his hands on his knees. They was breathing extra hard. Like they look crazy out there. They look like Brunson versus Dricus, dead ass. It was hard to watch. But speaking of JDM, he fought this weekend. Now I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I was out and about, and I think I told y'all last week that like I really was not focused on this card at all. It turned out not to be such a bad card, but like there were some funny moments that took place on it.
It was some funny moments on
Hey, shout
It
out
was.
where's she at? Chelsea Chandler.
the
She's a runner.
Chelsea
She's a
Chandler.
track star.
She did the dash.
Hey,
40. Hey, clock it in.
I ain't
Hey, I
never
get it
listen.
though. Like people hating on her and shit, but like I get it. She probably got rocked hard and was like, "Nope, I need to recover."
Nope.
Hey, don't y'all ever call Izzy a runner. After
You gonna stay in the fight? Nope. You gonna run hella fast? Yep.
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 But y'all remember, like at the weigh-ins, her and Norma Dumont got into it. They was jaw jabbing at each other, and I mean, obviously, we know who won that fight. But shout out to Chelsea though, because she did repost it and was like, "It was at this moment I knew I fucked up." So, you know, she got
Yeah, she got
she
a sense
got
of humor about it.
yeah, yeah. So we
That's cool.
appreciate that. Damn, our boy Terrence McKinney.
Oh,
He
that one
wrecked,
hurt.
man.
That one
That
hurt
was
because he started out looking amazing. Honestly, I was like, "Oh shit, this man came out to prove a point," and then just got caught up in some shit. You know, it happens. But the way that his arm was trapped, like he
yeah,
had to tap.
Mhm.
You had to tap.
yeah.
That
He
guy
was
You
hard,
Nas,
man.
he trains with Aljo, so I knew
know.
it was about a matter of
Oh
time
yeah.
when something like that was gonna happen. I just knew it.
Mhm.
Yeah, he got that really good hair like Armin Sarukian. I mean, y'all
That
don't have
silky,
to.
that dark silky.
Yes, oh,
I know
we
what you're
love
talking about.
it. We love it over here, and by we I mean me because they're gonna act like they don't. But
Yeah, hey, yo, I
um,
don't know what you're talking about.
yo, you know what? Okay, real quick pause, and it got nothing to do with this. So I still have not been able to re-edit episode 2 of the tough reactions, but Mike, I gotta put that out, y'all. Also, if y'all don't know, me and CJ have been doing the reactions to this season of Tough, even though it's been super hard, like to
That's
watch
what
it
she
because
said.
that is what she said because we
Mhm.
haven't watched it in a while. But like our episode 2 was crazy. Like
That
it
shit
was
was so
crazy.
funny.
I gotta put it back up though because it's just recklessness, a whole bunch of recklessness. Like, and you gotta think about it. It's me, Danny, and CJ's girl Mo on there, and like we talking about all these dudes. And CJ is like, these are the views of Scrap and Roll, not me. It was getting crazy. We was talking about crotch watching, asses, all it was wild.
We was unhinged.
Unhinged. But the main thing that I did want to talk about, how did y'all score Jack Della versus Basil Havis or Haves?
Oh yeah, people were pissed off about that one. And I got to give it to him because I felt like that one I was like peeking over. I was at the computer doing something, but watching it at the same time. And every time I happened to peek over, I had Haves, Haviz.
Yeah,
I had him.
Basil. Yeah.
I had him. I had him winning. I had him beating Jack,
Yeah.
which I was going for Jack, you know.
Yeah.
But every time I peeked over, it just looked like he was getting grappled or he was just in a bad position. I'm like, oh shit. Although he did have his good moments, I
Mm-hmm.
felt like it wasn't enough to win. And then I went and watched the highlights, and I said, oh, okay, yeah, I see where all the frustration is. And then I saw everybody else, like all the UFC fighters and shit talking all types of shit, and I said, oh, okay, so this is one of them. Every car got
It's
one.
it's one of those. It's
Yeah.
definitely. And I thought I was, because me and Sky were like, he won that fight. I was like, yeah. And then I was like, going on TikTok, I was like, maybe I'm dumb because everybody's like, nah, JDM this. It's the words people use, and they was like, oh, he clearly won. JDM this clearly won. I'm like, all right, bro, I must be dumb. So let me go rewatch this again. Me and my girl rewatch again. So round 1, it goes for Basil. Round 3 is for JDM. Round 2 is the split one. And then round 2, I can see how they can go for JDM, and I can see how they can go for Basil. So whichever way it would have went, I think I would have been fine with it. It could have been a draw. I think, do you feel like they should start doing like 10-10 rounds?
They need to.
I feel like why not?
Yeah.
Why even have it as a possibility? When do you bust that out?
Yeah, exactly. And they don't utilize it, but they do have the authority to be able to do it. And they should, because certain rounds are 10-10s. If we go back to Aljo versus Jan, the second fight, that was a 10. That first round, like Aljo outstruck him, I think maybe like 1 or 2, like had the one moment in there. But technically that was a 10-10 round. You know what I mean? Like nothing was really done. Kai Kara France versus Amir Albazi. Like people are all bent out of shape about that. But that first round was a 10-10. Nobody did shit in there but faint and look at each other. You know? So I do think they need to utilize that. I did think that Basil won, especially if we go back to Brandon Moreno versus Pantoja. Yeah, so if y'all say that Pantoja won that fight, how do you not say that Basil won the fight? Because Jack on the feet was piecing him up. But he was getting taken down and he was getting controlled. Was there a lot of damage? No. Pantoja wasn't landing any damage either. But y'all said that Pantoja won off of control time with no damage. So how does Basil not win?
I'm sorry.
No,
and the thing with the Basil, whatever his name is, when you first watch it, you think like, oh, JDM is just tearing him up on the feet. He's tearing him up. Basil, he had moments in the striking in that second round where he was banging him. He was clipping them. He was hitting them hard. Yes, JDM had better striking moments.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like he just completely washed them in the second round standing up. When I went back and watched, I'm like, oh, he's cracking him. He's cracking JDM. He's cracking him right here. Then JDM tries to go for the guillotine, and Basil ends up on top for 2.5 or a minute and a half to end a round. Visually, we've been trained to see that at the end of a round.
Isn't that how Dan Hooker won?
Yeah. At the end of the round, if the guy's on top and he's controlling him for a minute and a half, minute and 40 seconds, and he wasn't just like, he was moving around and stuff.
Yeah.
But, I was like, going back, is like, I'm not 1,000% angry at it, but I can see a flip of a coin. If you flip the coin and it landed on Basil, I'm like, yeah, he won that shit. He definitely did. And if you flip the coin and it went to JDM, I'll be like, a little bit more iffy, but I'll be like, I see where you're coming from, too.
Hey, y'all see that minus 625? Vegas was in that bitch. Vegas made a phone call and was like, we need JDM to go ahead and win that thing.
For real. For real.
Is this better anyway? Because JDM is a name and it's a prospect that's moving around in that 170 division. People he was supposed to be on a pay-per-view a week before.
Yeah.
That's better marketing.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So, we'll see what happens. It was a short notice fight for both of them. JDM was coming off 2 weight cuts.
That's another thing.
Yeah. We would hope that if he went up against Sean Brady, he would look like the JDM we used to seeing. Shout out to Basil, another guy coming in short notice, almost taking out the person that's ranked, kind of like that fight with Imanov versus Diego Lima. Lima almost took that off of him.
No, Lopes. Diego Lopes.
Lopes. Okay. Yeah, so. But then you had the fight in Canada. Steve. What's his name? He ranked now. I'm gonna have to go look it up.
That was a great fight. Yeah,
it was
I forget
so
bro's
good.
name.
Yeah, I gotta pull it up now that I'm thinking about it. Steve Urseg.
Yes,
That's
he
who
beat
it
the number
was.
10 guy.
Yeah, beat the number 10 guy. Now he's ranked. David Dorvac. That's who he beat.
Yes.
Yeah, go back and watch that fight. I know y'all probably forgot it. But that was a really good fight in Canada on the Amanda Nunes card. And he came in short notice, unranked, and hey, got it done. And then Holly Holm versus Mayra Buerno Silva. Shout out to Buerno Silva.
Hell yeah.
She coming with the bullshit. She talking shit. She finishing fights. And she's making it, exciting at bantamweight because Amanda's gone. And we do not want to see Raquel Pennington versus Juliana Pena. We do not. I want you, UFC, if you're listening, we do not care about Raquel Pennington. And I don't know what else to say about that. What off the top of y'all heads, when the last time Raquel Pennington fought? Who did she fight?
You don't know. Remember.
It was born. Whatever it was born.
And we're talking to all three of us enjoy women's fighting. So it's not like Jace is on here who doesn't like. He claims he does, but y'all, we know y'all agree with him for whatever reason. But you know what I mean? But we don't want to see Raquel. So you got Mayra. She out here and she got her in a nasty guillotine.
Nasty. Yeah.
I'm not gonna say I'm high on Buena Silva, but I was like, I told Mo, she was like, I don't really remember. I'm like, nah, she's tough. She's good. She's scrappy as hell. And she fought, I just forgot I had the girl's name she fought. She hit her with the knee bar. But I'm like, she's tough. And then she gets on the Lena Landsberg. She gets on the mic and she pops her shit.
Yeah.
She was like, Raquel, I want to fight Raquel Pennington. She puts me to sleep. She was like, she puts me to sleep every time I watch her on the couch. She was like, I want to fight her. And then she beats Holly, looking good. She looks good. She's tough.
Yeah.
So, she's another contender in this division.
Yeah, I like her talking because she in the post fight press conference, they were saying, "Oh, Juliana Pena was talking this and that about you," and she was like, "Who gives a shit?" She was like, "Oh, fuck her up." She's like, "I don't care about that. I don't care what she got to say. Like, she ain't nobody."
She was like, "I'll fight both of them the same night."
Yep, the same night.
Bring that heat. I like that.
Yeah, we love that energy. You know what I mean? And she just feels more believable than Juliana. Like when she really be talking about Juliana, you be like, yeah, it is what it. And one thing I seen her on Ariel Hawani's show, and she was talking about. He asked her, he was like, when Amanda was champ, do you think you could have beat Amanda? She was like, oh no, she's the greatest. She would have beat me up. I'm like, see, keep it fucking real, y'all. Like, keep it fucking real. Now you still would have stepped in there if you had to. But so shout out to her. I did not like that people was like acting like, oh God, we're so sick of seeing Holly Holm. Like Holly Holm needs to retire. Like y'all act like Holly Holm won the first round.
Yeah, she still look good. She still look good. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like boxing champion, kickboxing champion, you MMA champion. Like, sure, she's 41, but a woman's 41 is different than like a men's 41. I feel like, as far as like the amount of damage and just the mileage on the bodies. Than most, because a lot now, even though she got started in combat sports a little bit earlier than like some of these female fighters that we've seen. I just feel like she's still there. Like I understand that people may not like her style, so they're like are getting sick of her being at like main event and everything. But at the same time, like,
but what sucks about Holly? I think she's like 8-7 right now in the UFC.
Is she?
I think so.
Oh damn.
Let's see.
I think she's 8-7 in the UFC. So, and she loses a couple of those close ones.
She won that Caitlin Vera fight though.
Yeah, yep.
I
agree with that one too. Yep. But
she beat Aldana?
Yep. She won't ever have a place in my heart for beating up Ronda Rousey. So she's forever gonna be good with me.
Dang. I mean, she's really only lost to Cyborg and Amanda.
That was nasty too.
hey.
And Durant, I mean.
Yeah. So like
where's she been at?
The champions, right?
She's coming back.
Because Amanda gone.
Yep. Did you see Misha was like, oh, I'm glad Amanda gone now. I could probably get back in there.
Hey, everybody trying to come back. Ronda Rousey trying to come back from the death of hell.
Yeah.
She
Ex
better
death
stay
of
away.
hell.
I
She
heard
better
that.
stay away.
Nah,
She
Why?
better
she ain't
stay
been
away.
training. She
Yo.
been busy acting.
Listen, that's how you know you a real fucking boss in
Hell
the
yeah.
in the area that you are. Like you the real GOAT. When you leave, all of a sudden, everybody is coming out the woodworks. Everybody, it's like it's like the big bad wolf has left. Like the little piglets can all come out and play.
Yep. They say, "Oh, it's a free for all now. Any of us can get it."
Yeah. Facts. You know, but we'll see what happens at 135. Like, I'm not like super pressed. I think it'd be dope if they just went ahead and like made that the fight night card that has Shevchenko versus Grasso on there. Like, if they threw the 135 belt on there too, you know what I mean? Just to have like
A
get it
double
over
champ
with.
thing.
Yeah. So we'll see. That'd be cool. This weekend we got Tom Aspinall making his comeback after having that injury against your boy.
Blades, right?
Yeah, Curtis Blades. I don't know. I'm still upset he came out there and tried to stand and bang with her. Oh my God, taking on Marcin Tybura. I think this is gonna be a good fight.
That's a good fight for him to come back to. A very like he can go in there and style on him.
Yeah. We haven't seen Tommy in a while, so it'd be cool to see him. They are back in London. This isn't the crazy London card that we used to seeing. It's just like me. Like they put Molly McCann on here, but like,
they knew what they was doing with that one.
Yeah, for sure. But like, it ain't got that same like London feel. But you know, London be rocking real quick. One thing that CJ did point out is that this fight card starts early. So for us on the West Coast, the best coast, it starts at 9 a.m. So
that's dope. I kind of like these early morning ones too.
Me too.
Me too. Like, the fights get over fast, and you can go on with your day.
Yeah,
I like
go
that
out
too.
Saturday night.
Facts.
Not feel like you missing something.
Right, because next weekend I'm be in the house. UFC 291. Let's go! I cannot wait to watch that whole fight card. Damien's gonna be in the building. Maybe I'll
end up
early.
Maybe I win tickets again, and I'm in that bitch too.
Do that.
We'll see. But yeah, my boy Andre Touchy Fili is on there.
Oh yeah, who you fighting? He got a good fight too.
Nathaniel Wood.
Yeah, that's a solid fight. That's a solid fight. Yeah,
that's gonna be a thumper. Paul Craig's making his middleweight debut against Andre Muniz.
That's
Andre
interesting.
Muniz was running through the middleweight division until he ran into Brendan Allen in his last fight, and Brendan tapped him out, which was crazy because that's where Andre is good at in the jiu-jitsu. So that's going to be a very competitive fight because now you got two big jiu-jitsu dudes. I just don't want to see Paul Craig in there butt scooting.
Yeah, don't butt scoot. Don't be in there butt scooting.
Y'all making jiu-jitsu look bad when y'all come out and start doing that weird shit. You know, Jai Herbert, he's back in London. Lerone Murphy, he's got a really good story. I don't know if y'all know, but like he was coming out the barbershop one time, got shot in the face.
Damn.
Bullet out. Yeah. Check out his story.
That's why he Bruce Lee Roy.
Yeah. But he's undefeated. He's
crazy.
He's undefeated in the UFC. I'm not sure if he's complete. Yeah. So he's 12-0. But check him out. You've definitely seen him fight before.
Yeah.
But
I recognize.
You know, he's a cool cat. Like it's gonna be a pretty good card. Marcus is on here. I mean, Marc. How y'all say the Casey is back on here. Mm-hmm. You know, hopefully he learned a lot from his last fight.
Right.
With Michael Johnson. Quit playing.
Right. That's who it was. Michael Johnson was styling on him. Yes.
Yeah. But aside from that, you know, we got a lot of Contender Series dudes on here. Chris Duncan. Jamal. Oh shit, I didn't even see him. They fucking buried down here in the prelims like that. Brian Barberena.
Oh, who he fighting?
Mahmoud.
Oh shit!
Yeah, you hear that name? You like
that sounds tough. That sounds tough.
Why they don't want Brian to go out there and bang with him?
Caitlin Vieira.
Caitlin Vieira's on there too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's I told y'all it's a solid card. Y'all got to tune in.
Yes. Yeah. So I know he's from Contender Series as well. So yeah, it's gonna be a solid card. Like it's a solid card.
Yeah,
I think it's slept on because it ain't got Patty and everybody else to have like that energy. But it's gonna be a good card. I'll
It's
definitely be
gonna be
watching
better than the last one. I feel like for
for
sure.
sure. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, for sure. Speaking of just like some MMA news that's been popping off, we had the whole Bellator fighters popping up inside the UFC roster. They didn't patch that up now. Like I was
Oh
searching
yeah,
today, and you can't see it, but like, man, could y'all imagine? Like
someone
who would
made a
you
oopsie.
like? But for sure, we know for sure that Michael Venom Page is a free
Free agent.
agent
Yeah.
now. Like, and I mean, just go ahead, send him right over. Send him right
That's
over. Quit playing
that's one the UFC need to pick up for real though.
right now.
Because
He's gonna
people
be
he gonna bring some eyes with him for sure.
and he's gonna be at the London card this Saturday.
Mm.
So you know they're gonna be talking and stuff. Like, hey, this is the best case scenario for MVP, right? Because there are still newer fans and stuff, new to MMA, who have no idea who he is.
Right.
Just like they had no idea who Michael Chandler was.
Mhm.
And you see how Michael Chandler came over here. Like, regardless of Michael Chandler's record, all we know is that when Michael Chandler is on TV, we're watching. You know what I mean? And when Michael Venom Page gets to the UFC, you're going to be watching. And if you didn't, even just go back and watch him do what's it called, bare knuckle boxing against the real African himself, Mike Perry.
That's my nigga, Mike Perry.
You know what I mean? Go back and watch that. But
they gotta get, if he does make it over here, they gotta give somebody MVP they can have a good fight with. Don't give him one of these fucking wrestler dudes like all Wonder Boy all damn day. All day long. That'll be a fucking striking delight. So fun.
I feel like people have been waiting for that for years.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I love to see that.
That'd be dope.
Yeah.
Just him in that division and at all is like hella dope. You
Yeah.
know? It brings nothing but good things for the welterweight division. So
for sure.
But that's the thing though. Welterweight is fucking grapple heavy though.
I know. So that's why I'm saying he would be like a breath of fresh air. I feel like see niggas just start kickboxing again.
And he catch somebody with one of them flying knees like he did Cyborg.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, night. How y'all feel
almost
about
ended that man's life?
He for real though.
For real.
Oh, for real.
For real. How y'all feel about Islam Makhachev calling out your boy Leon Edwards for headlining Abu Dhabi?
I did see that. I didn't really pay too much attention to it. That's why I'm feeling too, because I'd rather him go up than Kobe fight for the belt. Like, where bro been at? Where he been
got
at?
brain damage.
Oh, still?
You gotta ask Jace.
Yeah, he's still
we gotta ask Jace.
But Sky, how was he able to make weight at the yeah?
I don't know.
So
I don't know. He got brain damage, so I don't even know how he's even able to compete and fight with brain damage.
Because think about it. Charles said he needs a little bit of time. Both just got surgery. So we don't want to just keep Islam on hold for so long, you know?
And they got to put him at the head of Abu Dhabi.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because that's why they've been holding him. It's for Abu Dhabi, you know, just contractually, that's where they're supposed to be at. Volk did say, even though he got his surgery today, everything went good. They said 6 weeks he'll be cleared to do go back to full combat. So he's still thinking that he can jump in. Let me see, what is 6 weeks from now? He's still thinking that he can jump in and compete.
Like September. That's
the end of September.
Yeah. So I mean, if I'm Volk, and obviously I'm not, but
damn, that's crazy. Could have fooled me.
I mean, he still got time. He could still get it done. Like, if in 6 weeks he can go back to full contact, he potentially could. You know, I wouldn't mind seeing Volk step in, but at the same time, I wouldn't mind if Islam went up and fought Leon.
I don't really like that fight. I don't know why. Like, I never even pictured him going up and fighting for the welterweight strap.
He can barely make 155. He
be struggling.
Yeah.
He cried. He cried in the last one.
But I feel like he's doing that for a reason. You know what I mean? Because I don't feel like he's going to be able to hang with these tall, bigger men that are natural 185ers who are cutting down to 170. You know what I mean?
So okay, so I know everybody don't fuck with Bilal and shit, but how do you feel about Islam going up, jumping in front of Bilal too?
Well, it's interesting that you bring that up. I hadn't thought about it yet, but the only reason why I'd be okay with it is because Bilal already knew that Kobe was going to get the shot before him anyway. So he was already going to have to wait. So it's like, if they have to do it like that, then, I mean, they can, Abu Dhabi now gets a champ, 155 versus 170. It's not the easiest fight for Islam, like, just due to the length that Leon has. He's a really good striker in comparison to him. Like, it'll be interesting to see, like, if he can get him, take him down, and hold him down.
And Leon's a big body too. Like, you met him over there, bro's a big athletic frame. Like, he's not.
Yeah, you could tell.
Yeah, he's not this like skinny. He's like strong as hell. His takedown defense was looking better against Usman and stuffing a lot of those takedowns. I don't know. It's an interesting fight.
Like an upside down pyramid, but he because he all square up here, all big, and then his waist and torso is all small and lean,
like a Dorito chip.
Yeah, but I was gonna say that he looked good against Kamaru Usman, like stuffing the takedowns and everything. We know how great Kamaru is at wrestling. So, and when he did get taken down, he was popping back up. He was doing the right things. You know what I mean? So he really improved on his wrestling stuff. But that's also big ass Kamaru Usman. So seeing a smaller Islam go up in weight.
Yeah, but that's no knees, Kamaru Usman. We talking about Dagestan wrestler.
Dagestan, that relentless.
And he ain't gonna go in there and talking about, oh, I'm gonna knock out. Like, he's not gonna go inside there on that bullshit. That's the main thing. Like, I know people want to see Volk versus Islam too, and I think that it will eventually happen, but I think it's gonna look completely different. I don't think that Islam is gonna go out there with a point to prove of wanting to knock out Volk and finish him like that. Like, I still believe that because that's what he wanted to do, that's why we didn't see as many attempts or as relentless of the takedowns. But I think if he goes inside there with Leon, he's going inside there to hug and eat nuts.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Hey, yo, chill.
chill.
That's facts, though.
Hey, get it done however you can. I mean, we'll see, because nothing's been, like you said, nothing has been planned for Kobe at 170, 155. Yeah. We don't know who's fighting at 155. Hamza, he hasn't fought since September of last year.
Yeah, I'm ready to see Hamza, bro. Some fight somebody. Oh, I just seen
coming back in October, I believe.
Who?
Hamza.
That's what they say.
Against Paulo.
That's what they say.
Yeah.
Until they step in the octagon, man. I've been on the Hamza train. I don't care what nobody say. I've been on the Hamza train. I want to see him win, but like, it's been somebody should have came out and said something. They should be telling us why we have not seen him. If it's a visa issue, whatever it is, like, let us know. If it's visa, he should have been able to fight at London. I feel like everybody can get in over there. You know what I mean? So, one last thing. Your boy Volk did come out and say that he'd be willing to welcome Aljamain to 145. That, he can overstep everybody and get that title shot. Which if he beats Sean O'Malley. If he beats Sean O'Malley, he'll still be a champion, and that is his opportunity to go up if he wants to. And he's been saying, and fight Volk. I 145 is just not the division for Aljamain Sterling.
I don't think so either.
He's too small.
They a different breed up there.
Like, can you imagine Aljamain versus Max Holloway?
Hey, I told Mo I got a good minute with Aljo. Hey,
see, you know what? You sound like me about Amanda. You better quit.
No, you tripping because Amanda's Amanda.
Nah, you was tripping on that one. I don't know what the hell you was drunk.
Hey, when we took the picture with him, I'm like, hey, he ain't that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I got a minute. He gonna beat me. but I got a smooth minute. No, shout out to Aljo, bro. Keep doing your thing, man.
No,
But
y'all should
yeah,
have
no,
seen CJ when he met Aljo. Like, I see this dude, CJ coming in, hard handshake, pulling the man in. He walked back over to me. I'm like, why you doing that, man? Like that?
hey, what Izzy say about John Jones? It's some nigga shit, man.
Yeah. Oh my God, yes.
Oh god damn.
That's what
No, that
Marlon
was
Wayne used to be doing.
Oh, he
Remember
hella
that?
grabbing
Where you
people all hella hard. Come on here, bro.
yeah.
ruffling up the head, the hair and stuff.
Yeah. But I think that's a hard role for Aljo at 45, man. Like fucking him or Max versus Aljo, Volk versus Aljo,
Brian
Ilya
Ortega.
Taporia, Brian. It's just the bigger bodies than
Yeah.
he's used to, you know. He can move around these smaller dudes, but guys like that, that's a hard fight for him. And then
Yeah.
Volk got long ass arms too, and
I mean,
strong as fuck.
could you imagine, like, in a fantasy world far, far away, Aljamain Sterling? We know he's extremely lucky, right? Like he be getting all the breaks. He's the guy that actually beat Volk. Like, could you fucking imagine?
I
Could
can't.
You know what the internet would do? They would, oh my god, it would fucking explode. The internet, it would explode. All the hate would be so real.
Oh my God. They be
But
I'd
that's
be
why
pissed,
we
bro.
have the best sport, because who the fuck thought Dricus was finna go in there and do what the fuck he did? The way
did,
he
though.
did it. I mean, we was going for him to win, but the world was
I feel like a lot of
nah.
people did though.
Shit,
low
on TikTok,
key,
they was
people-
like, this nigga ain't got no chance in
Yeah.
hell.
Yeah, we was dragging Dricus.
That's how I was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but I just, like I said, sometimes I just smell the upset in the air. It just feels like one of them times where
One of them times.
it's just gonna be an upset. And the more I've been thinking about Dricus versus Israel, I'm like, I don't smell the upset. Let me start with that. But like, I was thinking about that cardio aspect, and I could just see Izzy just feigning, keeping him on the outside until the 4th round and dogging him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just dog walking him. Because I don't care what that man said. He was already looking goofy in the 2nd round with Whitaker. Even though he's like, see, guys, I'm not even tired. Man, that
His
cardio.
style is so awkward, and it's so. And you know how people, he was like, oh, I got my nostrils fixed. I'm like, you don't just get extra cardio because your nostrils is fixed. Like, you
Nah,
can
yeah.
breathe more, but you're, you know, like, thankfully you did beat Rob in the 2nd round, and most of your fights are only 3-round fights.
Yeah.
Fucking most of Izzy fights is 5 rounds.
Yes.
All of
And
it,
he
sure.
knows how to pace himself, you know.
Yeah.
Let me stop talking all this shit, that MMA math. Let me stop before I put bad shit into the universe, because I don't need this niggas winning nothing, bro.
Man,
Fuck
yeah,
out of here.
you know, we're gonna have to do a bet on that one in September. Like, if Dricus win, we're gonna have to do a bet. Something wild, outrageous. I'm telling
He ain't
you.
finna win. He ain't
We're
finna
gonna
win.
have to eat shit, not actual shit. But
Oh,
you
I'm
know
about
what
to
I'm
say,
saying. Nah.
that's
Never.
that's that kind of fun we was talking about yesterday, Sky. That ain't our type.
That is not our kind of get down.
Hell nah.
Yeah. I mean, you know, that's it. I mean, I haven't really heard of anything crazy going on. It's been kind of quiet. Next week we'll come with the heat because 291 is gonna be here. When are you heading out to Utah?
I'm doing Saturday morning. That's Saturday morning.
Damn, that morning?
Yeah, because that's kind of like sketchy. Like in case something happens, you know, layovers and shit. Be like, but it'll be straight. Oh, actually, yeah, we're going Friday night, so we straight.
Well, that's a little bit better then, because I'm like, the same night.
Yeah. Okay.
Because you know that's what happened to me when I was going to the San Diego fights. I had found like a quick little cheap flight. Obviously, it's quick, but it was cheap. I think it was like for 2 people, it was like $90 round trip. I was like, I snatched it up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Flying with you know, whack ass Spirit. No, it might have been Frontier, either Frontier or Spirit. It was a shitty airline, but it didn't matter because it was $90 for 2 people round trip. I'm like, hey, let's do it, right? And then I was leaving that Friday night. Then my tickets got canceled, or it got like, and so then like I had to wake up the next morning. When I woke up the next morning, it was like, oh, your flight got delayed until 10 o'clock, and I was like, wait a minute. And then right after that, it sent another one and was like, oh, it's back on time. I was like, I just got in the car. I
was like, I ain't got time to play with that bullshit with you, man. Is it or is it ain't?
Yeah. I'm like, It's only like a 4.5 hour drive
Yep.
from Vegas to San Diego. So we just
Mhm.
made the quick little drive, got there and watched the fights. But yeah, hopefully, you know, everything goes smooth with y'all.
Oh, it
with
will.
your
It
little
will.
fight.
Yeah.
There you
It
go.
definitely,
Everything gonna be
it
straight.
definitely
Yeah.
is. It
Yeah.
definitely is. Yeah, we're gonna be
Everything
looking
about
for you.
to. Yeah, I'm gonna be up in there. Hey,
Ah,
you gonna see
let's
me with
go.
my shirt off, with my
Hey,
face painted.
I'm gonna tell you guys. Hey, we don't just talk about these shits. We be in these buildings. The scrap packs be in these buildings, y'all.
Right.
So take y'all little bum asses, go to these fights, y'all.
Yes. Oh, and real quick, to the South Africans that was in the last podcast, in the comments, talking reckless and crazy. Please, I sent y'all the email for y'all to email scrap and roll MMA@gmail.com. Please reach out and come on the pod. Now, I'm not saying this with any disrespect. Even if you do come on here, like I promise, we're not gonna be on here talking crazy and reckless.
No,
But we
we
are
just
gonna
gonna
have a conversation
Yeah, we have to
because
talk. Yeah.
a lot of y'all enjoy being anonymous on the internet and behind these fake profiles. But if you are actually serious and actually want us to see your point of view and enlighten us about some shit, because we don't know everything, and these are just our opinions, we can change our opinion next week. But it's a
Yep.
lot easier when you have dialogue with somebody else. So
Yep.
if y'all want to come on and talk about the Izzy situation, or even if you just watch or listen to this podcast and y'all want to come on and talk to us
Yeah.
about something in general, go ahead, shoot me an email. You know, the times might not be okay. Like I know, like one time Bradley did actually send me an email to come on, but I think it was like 4:00 in the morning, like the time that we filmed, so it wasn't gonna work. But even with that, like there might be times where, you know, we might shift our podcast so that we can all get on. But
Yeah.
definitely, you know, reach out because we are all for dialogue and discourse, but you got to show your face. Like,
Yeah, you gotta have your cameras on, so then the world can judge your asses too.
yes,
Yep.
exactly.
Yeah. Don't be hiding.
Don't
Don't
hide.
be hiding behind your opinion. You better come out here.
Exactly. Yeah, because we out here. We out here bold and the beautiful, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, and people let it be known what they feeling about us. So, you know, it ain't no skin off our nose. We chilling.
Yeah, big chilling. But with that being said, y'all, we are out. We will be back next week. Like, comment, and subscribe. ScrapandRollMMA.com for the shirts.
Yeah, get your merch.
Yes, absolutely. And we are out. Peace.
Peace.